Kia ora everybody, and welcome along to Civilization 5, and today I'm playing with Babylon. So, Babylon was one of the DLC civilizations added to Civ 5, so it wasn't in the base game, but it was in, of course, the full game. Babylon is notorious for being a really strong scientific civ, so we're probably going to push for that science victory. I am playing on Deity. Deity, random map. This is my first spawn. Literally, I've just started this game, as you can see. So we're just going to kick it off. We're going to standard speed, I should also add. And I think that's it. A very warm welcome to everybody on this wonderful Sunday morning, I suppose. Right, so let's kick off. My strategy is probably going to be fairly straightforward for Babylon, but at this level, it's a little different. It is a little different than what you might be used to if you play on Standard or, King or Prince. Mainly, the difference here is going to be probably the Great Library. So, we won't go for the Great Library because we're playing at a pretty tough level, right? So, the Great Library is generally only achievable around King or lower. I'm actually really considering shifting onto this 2 production tile for my city. It's not a terrible idea. Let's just have a look at resource icons and the wider yield icons. So, I mean, obviously if they settle here, I'm much closer to these resources. But, just have a wee peek with this warrior. Settling there will allow a connection of bison. I am going to do it. I'm going to do it because I want this 2 prod tile. Because now the city of Babylon has 2 food and 2 production, because cities are always guaranteed 2 food. So, and we're still working these pretty good tiles, and we'll still have access to the spices too. So, I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. In terms of first new production, we're not going to bother with the monument because we're going tradition. So it makes a lot more sense for us to push out a scout first of all, because we do need to get out and about. In terms of our technologies, we're going to be going for writing immediately. So pottery into writing, because writing is our big one as Babylon, of course. When we get writing, what did we get? Oh, we got the map. So unlucky. Yeah, really important for us, because we get our free great scientist when we unlock writing. And that's really Babylon's big deal, is great scientists. What did we get? Another map one. Are you joking me? Oh, that is really unlucky. Back-to-back maps. Let's go for a 3rd goody hut. Hopefully we can get... okay, we got gold. It's not terrible. I think we'll go 2nd scout. See what we missed out on up here. Looks like nothing, actually. We would have just been left with extra ocean tiles in this city, so really not mad at that at all. I should add the map type was random as well. So, what did we get? 20 culture. Nice. That's what we wanted, really. Yeah, the map type is random as well. So, I don't know what we're dealing with. Hey, Jake. Welcome along. Obviously, we go with tradition first up. And we'll want to move towards legalism. Although aristocracy could be a good pickup too. First up. We'll see how we go. Let's send the scout off and just check out the rest of our lands. And bring the warrior down here next to the barbs. Okay, so it does continue. I thought maybe we might have been on a island for a minute there, but it looks like we've found Mombasa. Brilliant. 30 gold. Really important. Probably makes sense for us now to get a worker. Although I am conscious of... the fact that we could need another military unit soon. I think it makes sense to get the worker and bring the warrior back to base. Yeah, we can send the scout up just to help deal with this archer. Yikes. But otherwise, we'll keep this one scouting, because I do want to just make sure in case we've got, Genghis Khan or the Carthaginians or something here. Take that with the warrior. And you can just move a little and heal a little as you go. Ah, devilish, old friend. Enjoy the map. Fewer turns used exploring. It allows for more informed planning. Yeah, totally. Totally couldn't agree with you more. Something I can sometimes lazily ignore as well, which you may or may not have picked up on. Yeah, I want to absolutely paint this map. Paint this map. Fill in all the blanks. Fill in all the blanks. I'm taking a little bit of a beating here out in the open. So we'll probably go rough improvement and just slot back a little toward the city. We don't need to... we should send the scout up through Mombasa, actually, because we might be able to pinch a worker. The greed! We don't need the wonder production because we're never going to beat the AI to the Great Library, so we'll go oligarchy in the push for legalism. Yep, you're looking good. We'll just fortify it and keep an eye on that barb camp. And while we're distracting it, send the scout down and around. We can see another city-state down here, right in the tundra by the looks. Unlucky. Get a wee view of Mombasa. Looks like it's got a really interesting spot geographically here. Oh, and a barb camp nearby. Okay. Milan. Very good. And another barb camp down there. They went for oral tradition. That's all good. Scream into Milan. And Quebec as well. And again, we are the first to meet them. All the gold, friends. All the money. Oh, this is actually really big. This could be a Pangaea, maybe. I just kind of assumed in my mind that it wouldn't be. Because of all the, there's like lots of different island maps. I'd love a Babylonian archer, or to stumble across a goody hut that has an upgrade. Upgrade the scout into a spearman was what I really wanted, to be fair. Okay, so we just finished writing, and we have our great scientist. Very good. Great scientist placement with Babylon is something I'm not overly familiar with. Obviously, we're going to want to work this tile, so wherever I put it down, it does need to be a workable tile. We have 2 sources of cotton, and only one of them will need to be worked. That being said, there's no real point replacing that tile. I'm just thinking, do I want to put it on a highly productive tile or a food-bearing tile? I lean towards non-river adjacent tiles because I probably want to farm those, so it sort of excludes this top part of the city. I think a forest grassland, not terrible, right? We get 1 food and 1 production. Oh, you're loading up your own game to play along. Brilliant. Oh, and welcome along, the X-Jed. Good to see you here, dude. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm just contemplating, do I want to go full-on production, or would I like to get some food with this? It's a really tricky one. I think because the city itself is already quite productive. No, actually, no. I'm gonna do it on the hills. Purely because I'm considering not settling as quickly as normal. Sometimes with Babylon, you may want to hold off until you unlock the, I'm going to lock that tile. Sorry, got distracted. That's going to stagnate our growth. We can't really afford to do that. Well, actually, we can. Yeah, I did sort of know that going into it, didn't I? Let's hold just until we get the worker out, and then we'll swap. I think that's right. Sorry, I got totally distracted. um, Now we need to make sure that we can get our luxuries. So we've got mining and calendar, masonry and calendar rather. Um, so let's just. We also probably actually want our bowman. I'm gonna grab our bowman next, and then probably mining masonry or calendar. The plantation improvement will be good. Another barbarian camp. There seems to be more barbarian camps than anything here. Yeah, see, look, we're gonna struggle a little bit with these barbs if we don't get our archers sometime soon. Would have really loved a free upgrade. Hello. Step right in next to you. Chonk. We'll give him a wee stab. Maybe you'll run away. Yeah, he didn't like that very much. Didn't like that very much. We'll just hold the line while we can. Yeah, look, they're running absolutely rampant because somehow there's no AI here. Which I'm not mad at. So yeah, so one of the strats with Babylon could be that I don't settle a second city until I get my national college down. Getting a little bit scared at the number of barbarians. Ah, look, a goody hut. Have to get through that archer. We might send this one up and bring this dude back to base because I think we've scouted out everything. We are one of the world's busiest people because we settled on that hill, which I think was a great move. You need to flee to the hills. Speaking of hills. Right, that was why we didn't get that. That'll be a confirmed kill, but that warrior's going to stomp in and be a real pain in the backside. I really don't want the scout to die. It feels like a shame to heal instantly, though, so I'm going to go with survivalism and just hope and pray. Again, great library, not big for us. Probably building the library is a good idea, obviously. But also, because I was a bit greedy, the granary is a good idea as well. But we're going to go, we'll move the library. We'll move the library out first. And we haven't got masonry yet. Just thinking about actually what sort of tile improvements will be useful here. Not many. Right, this warrior is... We'll just bring our warrior inside of Babylon. Pushing through there is going to be near impossible with that archer plinking at us every turn. So we could sort of double back along here. Hope that that other archer's moved along. Excuse me, friends. It's important to make units early on. If yes, why? A wonderful question from the chat. Thank you. And once you can figure out your mic. Yeah, that would be wicked. Great move. Great move, Devilish. Fully support and encourage that. Yes, it is important to make units early on. It's something that I have to acknowledge. The XGed I'm not particularly good at myself. But basically, the higher the difficulty, the more important it is. But also, you need to consider your geography. So, in this case, other than barbarians, it doesn't look like there's an immediate threat from any AI. Okay? We don't know what's over here, granted, right? There could be an AI right here, or, on an island. But I think it's important to consider where the threats are as well, right? That's your biggest thing when you're thinking about, should I build units? How many units should I build? So on and so forth. But generally, yes. Make sure that you have... as a rule of thumb, you probably want at least 3 military units to defend your capital from barbarians, and then more if there's an invasion threat, which there very well could be at any time, particularly on the higher difficulties, of course, because the AI start with a lot more units. They start with, what is it? 5? I want to say 5, but that's completely uninformed talking out my rear end, but I think 5. Let's do. We do still have some exploring to do up north. Oh. Oh, I just noob moved that scout into some random axeman that I didn't even know was there. I couldn't even see him. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, yikes. Okay, let's re-advance this warrior. Round 2. Oh, goodness gracious. What a faux pas. What an absolute faux pas. Yeah, me saying that building military units idea is a good idea. There is a little irony in that, I'll admit. All right, legalism is out, and we've got our monument, which is great because that'll put us on. Well, it won't put us level with the AI's culture because they'll still be a lot better than ours, but it'll at least give us a fighting chance. Okay. We're still going to take a minor defeat, so we're just going to hold in the trees. Waiting, watching. He's gone mad. Pacifists run no more. Hey, you're too right. You're too right. Yeah, just gonna watch that bar because we can't actually destroy it. Getting this farm up and running is going to be brilliant for us because we will actually have a high food tile, and then I can go into my governor screen and make sure we're actually working this academy, which is of course the whole idea behind this run. Now, let's carefully edge that scout up. Yeah, and again, you can just do nothing, friend. Manila is under attack. We should keep an eye on these city-state quests because they matter, and it's something that's really easy to overlook when you're, particularly in a situation like this where you're playing a deity run. And every decision matters, and you're sort of a little bit, not stressed, but a little bit concerned with the amount of things you might have to be juggling. At the moment, it's not too bad, of course, because we're in the early game, and on standard speed, some of these turns aren't very impactful. Let's grab masonry so that we can improve that stone. And Mombasa are maybe going to give us a free worker, so that's very kind of them. Yoink. Unit needs hors d'oeuvres. They do have an archer, which is very, very clever of them, but it won't be strong enough. So, yep, thanks. I'm taking that worker. Thanks very much. I wouldn't have built one myself if the AI was closer by, but they're quite far away. It's going to take us 10 turns or something to get this bad boy back. Speaking of bad boys back, Barbarian Camp has pumped out another archer, which will be a fairly easy kill for us. Yikes. We just traded our scout. I did not expect that scout to die, I have to admit. Okay, there goes the Great Library, built in a faraway land. So as you can see, we would have never stood a single chance at that. We'll go defense against range attacks. It's going to be quite useful next turn because we're going to take another volley from that archer because we just weren't quite strong enough to defeat it in one. We're going to need a bowman, and I'm going to get this, chat. I'm actually going to build a bowman. Me. The biggest pacifist of all time. I'm building a bowman. And I'm sending this poor worker back here with absolutely nothing. Absolutely no hope. Alright, that farm is done, so let's micromanage here a bit more. I want you to work that tile. Our growth is really low still, is my only concern. Putting it on the hill was a good long-term play, but a poor short-term play. So we live and learn. Although I sort of already knew that and still made that mistake. So maybe we just live. Happiness, we're on 2. It's all good. That will suffer, of course, quite a lot because of the difficulty. I don't actually want to do that attack. We're just too weak. We need our bowman online. So we'll just hold off and see where this archer moves. Come on. Come on, you lone wolf, you. How are we doing on masonry? 1 turn. Sweet. Alright, you can just do nothing. Just do absolutely nothing. Take a day off. Oh, the X-Jed joined the mini pixels! Hey! Oh, brilliant stuff. Welcome along and congrats on gaining access to some sweet, sweet members-only emojis and more perks on the way, rest assured. It's brilliant to have you. Can we get some, if there's any more members in the chat, can we get some emojis in the chat, please? That would be wonderful. Spread the love. And that gives us that actually I think unlocks the opportunity to add another emoji now. Emoji feels like the wrong word, but yes, we can have another one. So I think we wanted a coffee cup, but we'll see how we go. Would be nice to get one trade route up and running. I'm also remembering the Oracle would be fantastic too. Let's do it. We need calendar anyway. Oh shoot, yeah, that worker does actually need to move 1 tile. Get a quick fortify until heal. Ah. Yep. You're going to get hunted down and destroyed. That'll be an absolutely fruitless endeavor, but can get a wee quarry going. And send the warrior out. Maybe we can do something. Oh, friend. Oh, friend. The worker that could. On the bright side, we may be able... You're just going to have to hide. You're just going to have to hide. You have no way of embarking. We've trapped him. We stole him. We trapped him. Oh. On the bright side, the archer appears to be nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Moving along. The game is... yes, look at it! Nice to be here, bud. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I say it a lot, but it really does mean the world. And it's really helpful, particularly for a small wee channel like this one. It's very helpful. So thank you. Right, next up in the build order, pretty happy with my workers. I could use 1 extra military unit, but because we're not near AI, I'm going to risk it a little bit for the biscuit. I'm tempted to build the granary just because I'm quite concerned about growth. That being said, we have no faith production right now. I'm not too concerned about getting a religion as Babylon. The other option is, of course, the settler, which would be a good idea to get our second city settled, but I would also like to try and push for National College first. I'm going to play it a little bit greedy and build a granary. And now we have our unique unit, the Babylonian Bowman, which is a very good unit, but really more designed to play to Babylon's strengths, which is defense rather than offense. So the Babylonian Bowman does a bit more damage than the normal Bowman, and it has around the same defensive capacity, I think, as the Warrior, which is interesting, of course, because it's a ranged unit. But I believe it can defend with the best. Chonk. Take that next turn. Clear this absolute pain in our side thanks to our wonderful Babylonian Bowman. Very cool unit. I love the, I don't know about you guys, but I love the little unit icon. I just think that's so cool. It looks more like a catapult than a bow, granted, but I think it's pretty cool. Right, finally. There we go. Done and dusted. Done and dusted. Oh yes, the worker. Go, friend! Be free! Now, where's the next barb camp? I think we just roll through and clear as many as we can. Make the most of our military units. We've got that one there. We've got that goody hut there, which is near another one. In terms of next cities, because I will settle another, obviously. I'm not just going to do nothing. Settling up there gives us gems and truffles. Not a particularly fruitful area outside of that, i.e. no rivers, but we don't need to worry about fresh water too much. Along here, you see lots of good river tiles. We could connect silk. Eyeballing up here, or perhaps around here as well. This is quite nice with the mountains, actually. Yes. Maybe we want our second city to be an observatory city. For that sweet, sweet plus 50% science boost. You know it, friends. What are you doing? Cool, we're getting near our national college. Wonderful to see. The tricky thing about cotton is it's not like... It only provides extra gold. So, obviously I'm keen to connect it. But we don't really see a huge benefit from it. We will see a significant benefit from that granary coming online, though. Look at that jump in growth. Babylon is growing 3 times faster thanks to the granary. And... seeing as we don't need the +1 gold and minus happiness, we're definitely going to go with Landed Elite, which will give us plus 10% growth and +2 food in the capital. And there is hopefully our growth issues relatively sorted, and now I feel much better about working this productive scientific tile. Okay, Walls of Babylon, obviously they are our unique wall. Do we really need them immediately, though? I think no. How many turns away are we from philosophy? We are 5 turns, so to maximize our efficiency, I want to build something that's around 5 turns, or be prepared to stop something. My pacifist roots are showing, but I'm going to say we don't actually need the Walls of Babylon, because they don't really achieve anything. I mean, they do, obviously. You can see they have an effect, but for us right now, we don't need that. Shrine, potentially. Get a Pantheon, get a wee bonus from that. I would also love another Bowman, though. It's probably more sensible, but I'm going to go with the Shrine, because I'm not a sensible person. I'm a moron. Right, let's plink at you. Jasper, can't stay long. Just want to say thank you for the content, and we'll watch tomorrow on the rewatch. Oh, mean. Hey, thanks for tuning in. It's really, really nice to see you, and I really appreciate you making the effort of letting me know, right? Because a lot of people just tune in and watch and leave, and that's cool. But it's also really nice to hear from you, so thanks. And awesome. Right, what are you doing? Oh yeah, we rescued this work. I can't believe it. We don't really even need it, because we've only got 1 city at the moment. Most progressive people... We're tracking okay, considering this is a deity run. We're tracking okay. Absolutely going to want to start farming some of these tiles. So let's start creating some riverside farms here and here. That'll be a nice production tile. That is the strangest farm of all time. Who knows what they're growing, but they're growing a lot of food. Oh, brilliant. What terrain? What tile is this? It's just a crappy snow tile, so it's open. Let's grab the open buff. Plink. Oh, yes! Our Bowman is so good! Right, that's that cleared. Lovely. Next turn, we will swoop in and grab that. 25 gold, and we cleared the encampment for Milan. We're receiving 3 culture per turn. Brilliant. That is why those, you can't sleep on city-state quests. They really matter. Did we not? Oh, we're 1 turn away from philosophy. It's the cheapest thing we can do. We get another scout, which actually we don't even have a single scout right now. Probably a waste of time, though. What should I do with this 1 turn's worth of production? Grab another Bowman. Start working on another Bowman, I should say. May as well start improving these tiles. We're growing. Finally, Babylon is size 5. Also, the Oracle is online. Oh boy. I really want that too. I really want that as well. We've pushed philosophy. Pushing drama and poetry is another good shout as we work toward education. Any long-time viewers of the channel will know, hey, Alan, welcome along, friend. Good to see ya. So I'm gonna pop back and just grab animal husbandry very quickly. What do I think of the NQ mod? Says the latest channel member. I think it's really good. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I should probably cover it. I've never considered. Would you guys be interested, engaging with you now in the chat and very responsive to your comments, reading them all? Would you guys be interested if I sort of looked at some mods? I don't know. I feel like some people feel like mods aren't very accessible, and that's why I often just play the vanilla game here. But I'd totally be willing to try some. And the NQ mod, which is the no quitters mod for those unfamiliar, is fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Probably the best mod for this game. No offense to other mod makers. Other mods are available. Just tossing up between bronze working and the wheel. I quite like the wheel for the watermill, so I'm going to grab that. Bronze working, though, equally as important, so we won't sleep on it. I'm not going to steal Milan's worker. I'm very tempted, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave them be. Yeah, we'll animal husbandry this horses, I believe. Get a pasture going. I would love the Oracle, but we're going to go with the National College, because as soon as that is built, we can settle our second city. It's a slightly unorthodox method for Babylon, and it won't be the method that I recommend when I make my Babylon guide, which is part of the reason why I'm streaming Babylon today, actually. So yeah, it's yeah. We'll go with that. We'll keep pushing. We'll keep pushing with the strat of going for the National College first. The city is doing annoying things, isn't it? Default focus is going to take us 4 turns to grow. Production focus is going to take us 6. We'll shave 5 turns off. Let's get that next pop and then swap to production focus. Try and get the best of both worlds and do this as quickly and rationally as we can. Also, it'd be wonderful to connect those spices. And no one's super chatted to spend gold, but I do need to remember to spend my gold. This is very important. What is going to be of the greatest benefit here? I think we'll save, actually, because buying a settler could be more significant than any other option for us here. So I'm going to hold off, because I think buying a settler will be the best move. Oh, nope. We had nothing to fear. There is not a Genghis Khan waiting on the other side of this little knoblet. It's literally just a little knoblet. Knoblet? Not sure how I feel about that. Kind of regret saying that. Okay, we got the wheel. Oh, that is a tempting build, the wheel. Also contemplating where the next city will go. Yeah, it looks like we would like to see some mod stuff. We might want to see some mods. Okay. I don't... Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We can connect Wales with sailing, so definitely we'll grab that, because that Wales tile will be quite good. Got workers sort of standing around doing nothing. Mainly because there aren't any good tiles for them to work. Where's Babylon grabbing next? It's grabbing that in 6 turns. So we could just like pop here and do a wee farm or something. Get it future-proof. Yeah, there is nothing out there. All good. Actually, that's all great. Temple of Artemis built in a faraway land. We would, of course, expect not to get that early wonder. That Barbcat may be undefended. Quickly build a wee farm. Cool. We're looking good. We're looking good. Babylon is one turn away from us swapping it onto a production focus. Nice to see. We'll pop up onto this hill and rain love down onto that barbarian camp as soon as we can. Yeah, I'll get this bowman out here just in case someone wanders along to mess with my workers. Next tech on the list will be education. Astronomy 2. So drama and poetry is going to be a pickup. Optics could be useful for the embarkment. I think we're doing okay for happiness, so there may not be an urgent need for that. Let's just reveal iron, because that will impact where our second city goes, actually. So I might just sneakily grab that first. You spawn surrounded by Portugal, France, and Carthage. Unlucky. Damn Carthage. Lucky Carthage in this game is hot trash. Although a threat in the early game, of course. An unmet player has lost its capital. Oh no. Oh no. Japan controls the most original capitals at 2. The AI showing its true colours, ladies and gents. This is why someone spawning next to Portugal, France, and Carthage will probably want to build a few more military units than I have so far. That being said, long-time viewers of the channel will know that this is much more than I would normally do. I'm scared of Deity. I'm scared of the AI. National Epic is really good for us because it provides plus 25% great people generation in the city. Babylon's strength is its great scientist production. It's great scientist generation. So that's really good for me. I acknowledge the lighthouse is a reasonable improvement, but we're probably only going to have whales. So let's move toward drama and poetry. And continue to just absolutely rain love down onto this barbarian hand axe, who for some reason didn't even bother attacking back, so we just destroyed him in every possible way. Right, you've built that farm. Now you can pop back up there and secure another luxury. Didn't swap over onto production focus for a couple of turns, but it's not too late. We're hemorrhaging a little bit of gold. Shifting to a production focus will cut but one turn off now, so it's probably not worth it. We'll stick with growth. Let's consider which Pantheon to get. I actually didn't think ahead too much on this. I have to sort of think, what are my chances of getting the Oracle? Low. Do I want to go all in on trying to get the Oracle? Probably not. I should probably play it safer. These are not desert tiles. They're, of course, just plains. We have, what, 1, 2... The city itself is on a desert tile, and then this academy is on a desert tile. So, +1 faith... yeah, I mean... It would get us a little bit of early game faith, but it's not great. Growth, I love growth. I'll probably just get growth, to be honest. It's simple, it's effective. We do have a couple of plantations, so there's that to consider. Otherwise, we don't have a huge clustering of resources. We're quite lucky we've revealed 2 different sources of iron. Very interesting. I don't really want the food from camp. Natural Wonders, not so interested. Gold and silver, no thank you. Border growth, don't care. Quarries, it'll get us 2 faith as well. Do we care? Not really. Banana and wheat. Also, none of these resources on here are really resources that we're going to be able to get a lot of, regardless of where we settle next. So, I'm just going to play the good old faithful fertility rites. The go-to steadfast Pantheon. Oh, get out of town! They just got a swordsman on the 1 turn. Oh, that's a yikes. That's a big tech upgrade that we're not going to be able to defeat very easily at all. Hello, biggest boofin. Nice to see you. Babylon? More like Baba Yabadoo. Yes. Right. A plantation on these spices. Again, good gold tiles for us, but not good food or production. We are clearing that forest, though, so we will get a wee production boost. We're not at rationalism yet, so we're not interested. Plus 15% production building wonders, plus 1 happiness for every 10 citizens, or plus 1 gold and minus 1 unhappiness. That's probably better for us, considering I think we won't be pushing the Oracle at this point. It's probably too late. That being said, Japan has ruthlessly destroyed someone somewhere. I'm really a little fairish that the Japanese army is going to turn up on our borders. So, yep, war stick, absolutely a thing. Cannot forget it. Cannot forget the war stick. It's not worth losing a game because I'm too cheap to produce a blinking Bowman or something. We don't really need defense against ranged attacks. I'm tempted to double down on this open terrain promotion here. And just really have some specialized troops. This one needs some combat experience. I'm keeping it here to defend my workers, but there's really nothing to defend them from, so I'm going to take a bit of a risk and venture out into the unknown. Maybe pick on some archers that are just worse than me in every way. Losing grasp on Milan, which is a shame because we're getting literally 30% of our culture from them at this point. So would be nice to not lose grasp on Milan. Now is the time where I can start building a settler. So I think my initial intention was to purchase it, but our gold has sort of floundered around the 435 mark. So I'm going to change tact. What I'm going to do is I'm going to produce a settler that will, of course, prevent the city from growing. So I'll go on to a production focus while we're making the settler. One or two extra turns there, which is always nice. Plink that, 10 damage a turn, not terrible. And then with the gold, spinned gold. Spinned gold. What we're going to probably need is either a trade route or a building, right? Because I want to invest in something that is actually going to provide something in return. Again, Walls of Babylon. Nice walls. Do I need them right now? No. So I'm going to sort of greedily put them off. Stoneworks will give us an additional happiness and production, which is a nice investment for 320 gold. That being said, it would also be very nice to start establishing some trade routes. Difficult to connect to our trade partners across this vast landscape, though. I'm going to purchase the Stoneworks. Adds 1 production to that tile. Not the best purchase ever, but it has left me with a little bit of gold in the coffers still that we can hopefully manipulate once we get our second settler online. Speaking of, let's consider what we want next. So, obviously I really want education. I want the university. So we're going to need to move through trapping, horseback riding, and civil service. Another fantastic one thanks to the farm improvements. We'll definitely get trapping, obviously. Let's push right through to civil service. It's going to require us to come through mathematics and currency, but that's all good. And that's sort of done for a while now, so to speak. Wow, okay. Okay. This is not ideal. Yeah, that... Oh, you're rushing mausoleum. Interesting. Yeah. Spending gold on trade route would have been good. I'm just not confident I can protect the trade route right now. There's sort of nowhere for it to go where it can be protected. Right, that's dead. Please don't spawn another unit. I really need to send this Bowman back to base. We're obviously not the most literate people. On Deity, we would not expect to be the most literate people at this point in the game. We're still very weak and vulnerable at this early level. The AI started with massive advantages. You know, they've probably got 3 cities already, I would say. Let's improve that on. 2 turns until our settler comes out. We need to secure a really good next city. It wouldn't hurt for us to have a coastal city. I am eyeing up settling on this silk. Perhaps here. Next to a mountain, next to silk, right? Also coastal. The question is, do I actually want to be coastal? Because there's a real argument to be made for not going coastal because I may not be able to defend the coast. In which case, we bounce in on this 2 production tile, again settled next to a mountain, and near enough to a luxury and other bountiful resources. Lots of unworkable mountain tiles, but also quite defendable. Yeah, actually, I think we stay away from the coast. I think settling on the coast would be a bad move for us here. It's going to be a minor defeat. Not the end of the world. We'll be able to plink that off, no trouble. Here's our settler, ready to go, and we do have a plan, so we'll fight our way through up there. Military, I'm feeling slightly vulnerable, but not terribly. Our happiness is somehow fantastic because we've only got the 1 city, so I would love the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus because we'll be expending great scientists later in the game. And we have this 1 stone. But probably if I was pushing a wonder, it would be the Oracle. It's real greedy and I won't get it in 15 turns. I just can't afford to do that. It's too much of a risk, I think. It is literally just too much of a risk. Grab the Writers Guild. It's important to set up those guilds, even though it might seem weird. In fact, it almost certainly seems weird, but I think it is important. B for Bombard. Can you dust that off? No. You can just shield for a turn. Oh, you failed? Oh, rip. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of worried I'm going to fail too. I'm worried that Japan's just going to turn up on the coastline in like a couple of 100 years and just absolutely roll over me, which would be kind of funny, but not ideal for the stream. Open. Chonk. Brilliant. Settler can make its way through. And might send this bowman up here to rendezvous with the gang. The gang is all here. We got core house. We don't particularly care about that. Blink. Just scare off that guy. Cool. Alright, we're looking good. Pretty undefended at the capital at the moment, though. So, want to shift our priorities back there ASAP. In fact, we can probably do that now with this bowman. These guys should... This bowman and this warrior should be able to hold off this tide. Oh dear. Oh, we got lucky there. There's a rogue horseman rolling into town. Great lighthouse built in a faraway land. Blink. I think I really like this spot rather than the coast. I think I'm going to take the 2 production because it'll be 2 prod 2 food anyway. So let's do it. Dun da da da. A card has been founded. Now, city names. Who has super chatted that I have not named a city after? I believe we have one new channel member as well. I'll just get this tidied up first. So sorry, concentration mode. Concentration station. Alright, you do that. What tile do I want to improve next? Probably get that iron connected. Babylon, willing to put it back on default focus for a bit now, I think. And we do want a third settler. I'm keen to get 3 cities down. We're still doing okay for happiness, which surprises me. I sort of don't trust it. I feel like it's going to fall apart at any point. Let's get another unit. I'd like something a little faster moving. Actually, let's get the stable, because I do want some horsemen that I can sort of run across this flat land to. So let's grab a stable just while we're still growing, and then we'll actually, next turn I might change that to another settler once we've grown. I think that's probably more important. Because before I was at a city festival, but now it's time to become a Babylonian nationalist. Yes! Got to Babylon again, that was fun. It's so fun. Alright, let's get all these tiles improved. Oh, we took a bit of a hit there. Just sneak back a bit. Our warrior is going to become wildly out of date very soon. Let's bounce a worker up to this city as well. And then we'll need to work on establishing a trade route soon too. Send the warrior out this way. This barb camp's going to be annoying probably, so yeah. Let's destroy. Set lasers to destroy. Right, another wonder was we missed out on. We expect that, to be fair. Move and heal. The old move and heal trick never fails. Okay, cool. So there's just an archer, which is going to be able to plink at us at some point, but I was afraid it might have been a swordsman, so I'm actually quite pleased at that. And we'll get to pick up a slightly later game goodie hut, which is always hilarious, because you can get some wild and crazy technologies the longer you leave it. Let's create a pasture. We'll farm some sheeps. Little sheepies. Get some food. The card is growing nicely. We'll need to get some trade routes set up as well. Let's absolutely roll over this barb camp. And then maybe... Oh! You! Oh, you are the worst! Unbelievable gameplay. Unbelievable gameplay. I almost went to send my worker out to improve that tile, but that is not going to happen. No. Righto, next turn. We've got our stable up and running, so we can get our own horsemen to sneak in and destroy such valuable units. That's gutting. Our economy is not looking very good. Let's build a caravan. And you can get out of there. We will come back to that later. Going to need to clear that forest in 3 turns, so we're going to get a little boost to our caravan, which is always nice. I'm back. What have I missed? Oh, yes, you are. And as our newest channel member and most recent donor, you, of course, deserve to have a city named after you. Oh, not purchasing a tile is not what I wanted to do. Look at this city. Oh, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Right. Congratulations and welcome to the X Jed. Oops, that is not spelling. The X Jed. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right. What did you miss? Been taking out barbs. We've been playing really carefully to try and min-max as much as we can. The AI overseas has been very aggressive and taken another nation's capital. So some player was knocked out very, very early in the piece. Very early. Like, starts a deity run and instantly dies kind of early. Haven't got rationalism yet. Let's complete tradition. Plus 15% growth and the free aqueduct, which is huge for us. Also, a little bit of extra production and some happiness to boot. Happiness, we're still doing fine, which is wonderful to see. We haven't even connected that silk. Tech tree-wise, let's, I think, just push edumacation at this point. Although, I guess we don't really... yeah, look, we should get construction and engineering, just to have the composite bowman. We have the aqueduct unlocked, at least. Let's grab them and then push education. In terms of future-proofing, Petra, a mood. Petra is a mood, not the one that we're going to take. We did lose one of our military units, so I'm going to replace it, but with a horseman, I think, because we built those stables, so we should try and make use of them. Let's establish a internal trade route to the XZ. Absolutely pump that up with food. Absolutely pump it up with food. Get it growing as fast as we can, and then we will get our third city online. We're a little bit late. We're going to be a little bit late to the party. Chicken Pizza was built in a faraway land too. You'd love to see it. Anytime. Just casting my eyes to the chat. Yeah. The Goody Hut meme is so hilarious, right? You've unlocked advanced ballistics from this ancient tribe. It's always fun. Part of me is tempted to just leave it forever. We've got a great writer in Babylon, which is strange, of course. We could culture bomb it, but I would prefer not to. In many ways, yeah. We do want to save him for a great work, so we'll do that. Keen to peek up. Oh, yikes. I think fall back and defend. We are the world's most well-fed people, which is an accolade I'm pretty proud of. The XZ is just growing at exponential levels, which is wonderful to see. Let's push another settler, and while we're doing it, swap to prod focus. We got this horseman, which is wonderful because we can just roll out. Oh, hello, beastie. Barb camp right there. This is why I wasn't comfortable establishing the trade route earlier on. Blink. I think we'll hold that hill. Just trying desperately to not die to, or to not lose, like, city tile improvements to the barbarians. Yeah, trying really hard to defend that, because we really don't want to lose progress. We can't actually afford to lose progress. Oh, I've got a spy that needs dealing with too. I think what I'll do is rig some elections. Question is, whose elections do I want to rig? Mombasa has gems. They're quite sort of admirally. Quebec City has gold. And we'll discover a natural wonder and build them. I'd love to do both of those things too. Milan, who could be a very good friend of ours, wants us to create a great musician. connect marble to my trade network and destroy the barb camp. We're gonna probably destroy their barb camp, so let us establish the spy in Milan, and we'll try and rig some elections, as bad as that is. Right, let's push education, theology through into education, and I'd like to get the observatory relatively quickly as well. Again, kind of a weird strat, but it's not terrible. Well, you know, whoops, I think I'm playing Civ 6. Don't know if I actually want to move closer here. Oh. Thank you very muchly. The swordsmen got greedy and took their worker, and then I took their camp. Love it. And we can even sneak away. The beauty of a horseman in an open field, right? Again, just going to ignore the walls of Babylon. I don't care about them. We need to get a market up and running. We need to fix this economy. Goodness gracious. I'm usually so gold rich. It's because I'm building military units for the first time in my life. We'll just defend with that warrior. I don't think we're looking to advance our position here at all, really. We'll just hold in place for now. I mean, we may as well keep connecting these resources, although that's a much better tile. 1, 2, 3. It's within range too. Fantastic. Babylon, chuck you back onto default focus. Just make sure it's not working the gold tiles. It's just sort of prioritizing food, which is fine with me because I'm keen to grow. And we don't need the gold right now. I'm willing to hemorrhage a little bit of gold, basically. Oh, well, they did it. Go Milan! Although I was kind of hoping to take that worker. Not for myself. I was actually going to give it back for a change. But, hey, say la vie. Okay, third city. And maybe final. We could go 4, we could go 3. I haven't quite decided. What do you guys think? I don't want to go above 4, but a part of me kind of likes the idea of going for 3. In terms of where it's going to go, I mean, gems and truffles can be connected here. If Mombasa doesn't take them before we get there, is the tricky thing. I could make a coastal city up here. Or it's going to be tough for us to fight our way up, though. It may be easier to move... I'm not moving down here. I don't want to be in the tundra. It doesn't really leave a lot, actually. We could go for a weird desert city. Based mostly along the riverbanks. Or we could clear this side of the island, push through. We've got bananas, spices, potentially a coastal city. Not sure. Really not sure what to do with this guy, but at least it needs to make its way up to the XJed before anything. Oh, you're getting choked up by Portugal. Don't you hate it? Don't you hate it? 3 cities? Yeah, we're kind of vibing 3 cities. We're vibing 3 cities. I like it. We're going to build a farm on this tile. Sorry, jungle. You're out. But we won't... Oh, it's actually just forest. No, that is actually jungle. Oh. 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 We'll leave it. Just because of the science gains from jungle later on, I'm not quite willing to just destroy it. I'm just really put off by these desert tiles, to be honest. Marble down there. It's dreadful. We've got one mountain city. Could be a shout to get another one. The desert city, though, I don't know about that. I just think that's a bad idea. I do think that's a bad idea. But we've done worse. Let's just scout all of this out. And now I'm sort of at the fork in the road where I have to decide, would I like to push up or out? I think up is better. Even if we lose those gems, potentially this is still better. Go for 3 lower cost and taking ticks. Yep, good shout. Good shout. Might be able to finally take this goody hut though, so that's something. And actually, yeah, if we're moving this way already, let's do it. Let's go bananas and spices. Mombasa's probably going to get those gems before we can. This is quite a defendable line, whereas this is quite open and not defendable, particularly if I wanted to go on the coast. So let's push through here, see what we've got. There is a banana jungle hill, which is really good for us. So let's do it. Let's move through, team. Sending our entire army. Oh, I'm neglecting the capital. I'm neglecting the capital too much. Too much. And there goes the oracle. We could have almost got it. It would have been really close. Let's riskily connect this and hope that a barb doesn't run down and destroy me. Again, taking unnecessary risk. Right. On the bright side, we are romping through. So it looks like we're going to be home clean. We're going to get... oh, imagine if this unlocked education. This is the dream. Hold on to your pants. If we discover education in the ancient ruins, I will super chat donate $100 to myself. And you might say $100 to yourself isn't a great risk, yeah, and you're right. Although I would have to pay tax on it, so it'd be kind of weird. We didn't get it. We instead just got some crude map. Ah. Oh well. Probably for the best, because I can't afford it anyway. I don't think we even need all these units. Let's bounce this one back to the Jed. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. There's a little bit more here than what we first thought, so we might be able to position like a... It's a shame it's not Civ 6, because we could put an encampment on that tile and then really be quite defended from the coast. A golden age begins. Fantastic. I'm not really willing to push any wonders, although I would like to get the national epic. I'm wondering if now is the time. Slightly concerned about happiness. May want to backfill some of these buildings. I'm going to go for the national epic. Greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Blink. Immediately destroyed. And I may want to just settle right where that camp was, actually. 2 prod. Next to the bananas. Dink, 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 within range of the spices. The only thing is, I'm going to miss out on these mountains. But there's no way to get the mountains and the spices. And we do already have one mountainous city here with the XG. No, round 2 and you got eaten by France. Oh, and hey, welcome to everyone who's watching live, by the way. Look at this. These viewership numbers are amazing. Thank you so much for liking the video, too. Looks like on my end, I can see we're up to 15. But sometimes my end is like weirdly delayed, which makes no sense. But according to me, we're at 15 likes, so that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's do this as we move through this deity challenge. We've got crossbowmen, so our Babylonian Bowmen now are officially not wanted and bad. Clearing a forest generated some production for Jed, which was nice. Interesting that it would be so... +1 production. Yeah, that is useful. Our economy is tanking, though. Very tanking. But we can fix that immediately with Babylon, though, really. Like, growth in Babylon will fix this gold hemorrhaging issue, so I'm not super stressed about it. Really like the idea of building stables in the XJed. I'm going to do that. And this third city, again, it would be really nice if we could position it next to a mountain, but on Deity, we really need to connect at least one luxury per city. Like, we can't afford not to. So, yep. Let's do it. Who is this one? Devilish, I believe you super chatted right at the start of the stream and you haven't got a city yet, which is so rude of me. So, because you're always here and on time. So, Devilish. For now, I'll just call it Devilish. You can let me know if you want it to be changed to something else. I am open and ready to change it. Righto. Yep, so we're hemorrhaging happiness now. And that is hurting us across the board. We need to get... Did that worker... Okay, that worker actually hasn't connected the silk yet. That's good news for us. Some other ways to quickly nab some happiness. Oh, we are receiving 6 culture from them. That's really good. If we become ally, we'll get access to their furs, which would be really nice. How much do we need? Oh, we need 22 influence. And give them a unit for 5. There's no real way to do it. They want us to make a great musician and connect marble. That's really awkward, actually, for us. Can't really figure out a way. We pledge to protect them. It doesn't get us any influence, but it stops us degrading as far. It's frustrating. I'm just trying to think about ways that I can quickly nab some happiness. I think it'll just be this, right? Once the silk is improved, we'll be fine. But I will produce that Colosseum in Babylon because we're starting... our cities are getting kind of big. We actually have production, which is strange, but... sorry, growth. We actually have quite a lot of growth. That trade route to the XJed really pumped it up fast. Really fast. I'm gonna send this horseman. Other horse people are available somewhere else. And keen to get some visibility up Quebec way, so I might send that warrior for a little rendezvous. Let's move to that hill. And likewise with this bowman, I'm going to start sort of pushing the limits of my empire here. Yep, someone else got a wonder. Expect that. We expect it. We're not worried. There's a horrendously blue unit. Rather the religion after you? Bold if you think I'm getting a religion, but absolutely consider it done. Consider it done. This city is now free game. Free game. Fee game? Fine. Fee game it is. The wonderful Babylonian city of Fee game. Military standoff between Mombasa and Quebec here. We need to get roads. Roads. Yep, let's get roads. I was going to build a fort on there because it looks like a good spot for a fort, but we can do that later. Famous last words. We can do it later. It's just, yeah. Actually feeling quite good about this. Do we have a slot for this yet? No. The culture bomb would have been tempting, hey? All right, warrior, up you go. See what they've got. We did connect the silk, which is really nice because now we don't have to worry quite so much about our happiness. We're just barely keeping up though with the intense sort of negative happiness that's being applied because of the difficulty and also because our population is expanding. Babylon is still on default focus, which isn't terrible because we're guaranteeing working that tile. Let's go a circus though, just because we really can't afford not to. This is an interesting conundrum. We haven't quite got to rationalism, but we have a thing to unlock. What unlock bonus would I like? +1 culture in every city, not terrible. Exploration, no. Commerce, I really like commerce, and I'm struggling with commerce right now. Gold output +25%. It's just like a nice to have. We can increase our earn rate. I really like commerce. I can see an argument for adopting liberty for the extra culture, like just a flat culture boost. I can't really see any strong arguments for the rest, though. For me, it's either liberty or commerce. I'm going to grab commerce. Because, actually, when the capital is focused on gold, it does produce a lot of gold. I should say it could produce a lot of gold. We haven't quite seen it do that yet, but it can, and it will. Now, let us road to the XJed. All roads lead to the XJed. Oh, I'm really surprised this barb camp is still here. I thought this would have been misinformation. I thought Mombasa might have cleared it. They did take those gems too, by the way. Callback to those gems. Let's see. Oh, cool. We found a natural wonder. Let's see. Maybe, actually, there is an enemy player up here. Maybe the dreadful... The killer Japan is up there. I don't know. This will be quite a good tile once that's improved. It's next to a river. Productive farm. Gotta love it. We've got universities and fee game has grown. Natural wonder. People are really pleased with us for finding it, even though they are literally right next to it, like almost within borders. All good. Stones and glass houses. Next big tech for us on the agenda is obviously going to be scientific theory, but also very keen on that observatory. Porcelain tower. Once we get to this level, we can start to consider taking some of the wonders again, right? Because we sort of catch up to the AI a bit. Also tempted with guilds, just because I just have nothing. But no, let's move towards the observatory. Because we're going to turn the XJed into an absolute powerhouse, an observatory powerhouse. Permageddon. Hey, dude. Sorry I didn't reply to your chat earlier. Nice to see you. Go with Liberty for +1 culture. I knew you would say that, Devilish. I knew you would say that. It's a very sensible decision. But I'm going for the gold instead. +1 culture. It's not terrible, though. +1 in each city. It would only be +3. Like, the city-state is giving me more than that. So while I've got them, I'm comfortable to sort of balance it out. But, yeah. Definitely would not have been a bad move. Maybe even the better move. We rigged that election. Wonderful. Love to see it. Nearly allied with them. Go for some fast universities here. Incredible that the XJed is ready to build its university already. Finish that off. And hopefully Mombasa had a quest for us to take that. Yes, they did. Brilliant. We've just connected the gems after all. Well, soon. Good stuff. Someone's got an enhanced religion. We've still got our Pantheon. Oh, looky here. What do we have? This is juicy. Looks like we are reaching the end of the island. Not necessarily the top of the map, though. Yet to see tundra. So, very, very interesting. Let's clear this forest to get a university. Let's clear the woods, not the forest. We'll leave the forest. In terms of gold, we're not doing great. There are only two other players left in the game. Ruins explored. You found a secret religious community. The preacher foretells the arrival of a great prophet, and we received 60 faith. That's really nice for us, because our faith generation sucks. Unfortunately, this warrior may have just met the end of its days. Yikes. Chop down those woods, as I said. Woof, look at that tile. Hey. Time to establish another trade route. The internal one to the XZ was pretty good. Do these guys have it? These guys don't actually have a quest. Mombasa, would you like a trade route? Nah, see, you don't want one either. So it would just be for the gold, which isn't terrible, but I'm going to go with the internal trade route again. It's really nice to have. It basically just makes free food, right? Like, literally just free food. So, it's a mood. A unit needs orders. Oh my gosh, it didn't die. Run to the hills! After finding a great prophet. Well, finding some faith for a great prophet. Oh yes, we're working on observatory for the XZ. Love to see it. Losing grasp on Quebec. Keen to hold on to them. This worker may as well help out with the roads, and then we'll bounce them over to... Actually, no. We're going to bounce them over to Fee Game first. Because it's going to need some tile improvements, because it's got population doing nothing, and I hate to see it. Absolutely hate to see it. Right, back over in Babylon, got some interesting decisions. We can't quite build the Oxford University yet. I'm still super keen on the National Epic, so I'm going to get it. The irony of having a Babylon without the Babylonian walls has not escaped me either, I should add. Really hasn't escaped me. I'll talk more about those in my guide video. I now have 2 great writers and nothing to do with them. Tempting to culture bomb one of them, to be honest. Very tempting to culture bomb one of them. If I was in the Renaissance era, I would. But for now, you shall move. Let's move them out of the city so I can actually see them. Otherwise, I'll forget that they're there. And then someone will have to super chat me to actually force me to do it. Like old spend gold. A reasonable tile for a farm. It's not on water, but it's not the end of the world. But seeing as the workers here, I'll just quickly build a mine, and then we'll get some farms going. And Lucian of Samosata is just going to have a wee nap in that mine until we have somewhere to put his work. Fee Game demands pearls. Not going to happen anytime soon, hun. And Bourbadou is built on faraway land. Quebec seeks a natural wonder. That's going to be difficult. But our city connection has been established, so we can now freely move between here very quickly, which is good to see. I'm going to send the horsemen down the bottom of the map, I think, just to scout out down here a bit, just in case. Looks like we might be able to start moving this warrior around a bit too. Yes! Maybe even cheekily clear that barbarian camp, we'll see. Let's connect another road. All roads lead to Fee Game! Roads, of course, really, really, really important. Always build roads. Always connect up your cities. So if they're not connected by the sea, you're going to have to build the roads, friends. You're going to have to build the roads. Okay. The XGED has got its university pretty quickly. Really quite quickly, actually. I'm really thrilled with that. In terms of what we want to produce next, market is not actually wonderfully fantastic in this city. We do need some great work slots somewhere. Couldn't hurt to produce them here. I don't really... It's probably not the end of the world. I'm going to pop a shrine down just because I would like some faith. What's going on here? Hopefully we can just sneak past and get to Quebec. Quebec, wonderfully defended, by the way. Except for the coastline. Right, as per usual, halfway through the stream, I'm going to take a really quick 1 minute break. Literally, by the time you tab out, check your Facebook and tab back in, I'll be back. Just going to really quickly go and grab a refill of coffee, friends. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a minute. Righto! I'm back and ready for action. Oh, hey, Richard. Nice to see you. Sorry I can't stay. Just want to stop by and say hello. Ooh, and it looks like fresh off the press, Jake Barge with a super chat. Thank you, my dude. You are very, very supportive to this channel. Probably one of the top 3 supporters. Super appreciate it. Let's name this one after you. Jake, Jake. I'm so uncreative. Jake Alon. It's like Jake and Babylon? No? Me? Just me finds that funny? Probably. Okay. Right, back to work. We've got some stuff to do here. We've got a university that's going to take 40 turns to build. So, not ideal. Once we get connected up with the city connection, maybe we want to move a trade route here as well, just to pump it full of food. We'll go granary first, and then science building, because we need to get that university down before we can go Oxford, which is, the national university. Obviously. Oh, look, he stepped out. What a fool. We'll dupe him. Duping the dupes? I hope that works. Where are we? Surely he keeps going. No, he didn't keep going. No, it really didn't work. We took a chance and it failed. We took a chance and it did not pay off. You can just stay there, horseman. In terms of next technologies, we have the ability to build the observatory now. I'm really tempted to push along the top and neglect all of this, but I think that's a bad move. Like probably, we probably want to at least backfill in here a bit. I mean, I don't feel a desperate need for ironworking, but I would like to get some workshops up and running. Just because our production could flail a little bit. I think we've lost our warrior, the steadfast warrior who's been with us since basically the beginning of time, is going to die. So rip, rip, rip. Jagalon is pretty smart. thank you for the positive reinforcement. I appreciate it. Let's get this amphitheater so that we can actually start doing some culture. And I'm gonna run in here. Oh, I was sort of blocked a bit. Maybe we can flee. Maybe. I'm gonna chop down this forest to speed up the production of a granary. Because once the granary is done, got extra food, got extra pop, we can start getting our universities as quickly as possible. Not going to be able to buy them outright with gold anytime soon. You can see these tiles, these jungle tiles are now producing science for us, which is really, really, really cool, especially when the city can have an observatory, which will provide plus 50% science within the city. This is going to, the XJed, friend, you're going to be a powerhouse. Right, you are going to be an absolute powerhouse. Let's not forget that. I'm not going to build any units. No, that's a lie. I might build a caravan. Or do I just... 22 to an observatory. Feels bad. Feels bad. Slightly concerned about happiness as well. Get a market. Oh my goodness, we survived. Thank you for basically running distraction, Quebec City. Much appreciated. Much, much, much appreciated. You know what? I thought this warrior was going to die. So, as far as I'm concerned, let's just send him off into the middle of nowhere. We can adopt rationalism. This is big for us. Really big. One of the other reasons why I like to get commerce instead of liberty is for the land schnecks, which aren't particularly good, but in a pinch, you can pump out some fast units if you need to. Anyway, let's grab this. Plus 10% science while the Empire is happy and allows us to build the porcelain tower. And of course, if we adopt them all, we can use our faith to get great scientists and we get free tech. So it's really good. And all these things are going to be really good too. So, rationalism. Boom. It's mine. More science. All the science. We're a little bit behind, but not terribly. Farm? Absolutely. Let's get Jagalon up and running. And here's the war criminal himself, ladies and gentlemen. The absolute war criminal himself. Look at all his luxuries. Oh, I think we needed to connect pearls. Hey, what do you... I don't actually want to give you an embassy. Brilliant. Oh no, look, Carthage is in the game. Oh dear, she's just making 67 gold per turn. It's fine, this is Deity. Everything's fine. We connected the pearls, which was a big mood. Science funding. Please? Guilds. We need gold. Okay, we found Hong Kong, the last city-state. And, oh! Well, that's the thing. Thank you, warrior. You served your purpose. We met the rest of the world. Carthage is not happy about science being a thing, really. Which is a mood. Forge plus 50% production for land units, and each source of iron provides +1. This is just a flat 10% production, engineer slots. Do. Give me a workshop. Right, Jagalon can fire upon the enemy. Done and dusted, and well and truly taken care of. Tempted to move for the ironworks. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm pretty happy with that. And then Jake Alon, we do really want your Universidad. Let's just build it. Let's build it. Dudo makes peace with city-states. Right, so lots of peace. Peace, 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 peace in our time. And we have our second great scientist. About time. Let's plop him down. Let's have a wee look in here. What we got going on? Where's our next best place for one of these dudes? 2 food tile? Maybe? Since we've got the other one on a 2 production tile, wouldn't hurt to balance that out. Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Or perhaps the XZ wants its own. Traditionally, you would cluster them in the capital, but it may be a better idea to put one in here because this is the observatory city. We could see a weird overtaking thing happening here. So let's do it. Boom. And we'll lock that tile in place. 8 science. Oh, Sebastian, friend, I was wondering if you were going to turn out. I almost missed the stream. How are things going so far? Thank you so much for the generous $5 super chat. You are super. Things are going okay. As a super chatter, you are entitled to benefit. I'm going to merge your name with Babylon. Sebastian. Wait, that's just your name. Sebastian. That'll do. Sorry, I'm not feeling particularly creative this morning. A little under the weather. Yeah, things are going good. We are playing Deity mode, so we got a little lucky with our spawn in that an AI wasn't on this island. So very lucky in that regard. There are only 2 AI players left in the game because Japan went on an early game rampage and just destroyed, just like wiped some unknowns off the face of the earth. So we're a little concerned about there could be a pending invasion coming from overseas at any point. Literally at any point. So a little worried about that, to be honest. A little worried. Yeah, we'll get some farms going. But otherwise, good. We didn't get wiped out early by Carthage, which was nice. Struggling to get Oxford University online because of Jake Alon. We are nowhere near the world's busiest person. Interesting that Japan isn't. That surprises me a lot. I would have expected them to be, considering they hold a few capitals. Dido has also just built the Himeji Castle. Seeing some confusion here between who is who. Cool, and we've grabbed that alliance, which is always nice to have. The observatory is going to be really big. It's going to be huge. 22 turns is such a long time to wait for it, but we're going to do it. And hopefully rely on our workers and so on and so forth to actually get us the goods. It might be time for Sebastian to finally get some walls. Sebabylon. Yeah, Sebabylon. That's it. Good call, chat. Sebabylon. That's got a nice ring to it. Nah, we don't need walls. Walls are for the weak. Land trade routes originating in the city, 50% range, 2 gold. It's probably quite good for us because we might want to turn this into a bit of a trading hub. Let's get a caravan first. We're behind on our trade routes in a big way. Hey, speaking of behind, can these guys finally do their job? Yes. All the great works. Da 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 da. A true story. I think just one slot. No, we have more than one. Fantastic. More great works. All the culture. Nice. Righto. Tempted to go for acoustics. Also thinking about maybe pushing for scientific theory now. We're getting quite close to it. Economics is so fantastically wonderful though, because all of our yields just skyrocket to oblivion. Although actually we don't have a huge number of those. Let's go scientific theory. It'll push us through into the industrial era. We have to pick up a lot of these backlog of techs. Mainly just physics is the only really outstanding one there though. Righto, next turn. He wants to accept an embassy. I don't know if I want to actually do that. Look at this. Oh, we are way outclassed. Nah, I'm not giving you an embassy. Oh, yikes. The biggest yikes. Wow, that was a fast trade route. Jeepers. Could go for the Hanging Gardens. It's only 6 turns. And we'll get a free... Well, we've already got free garden, but... +6 food? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for the Hanging Gardens, of all things. Right, let's send a trade route to Jakelon. Let's pump some production that way. That's going to be really beneficial. And let's also pump some to the XJed. Let's speed up these observatories and these universities by a really significant number of turns, actually. A unit needs hors d'oeuvres. Not going to mess with that banana tile. I would love to connect the spices, but the game seems to be totally disinterested in moving towards them at any great rate, and I don't want to waste my money buying it if I can help it. So let us just construct some more farms. We're going to sit on 3 cities, I think. She wants an embassy as well. At the risk of doing something a little detrimental, I'm going to accept that. Oh, thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in and liked the video, by the way. We are just about to cross over that sweet, sweet 20 like threshold. 20 is always a goal that I like to set. If a video gets 20 likes, I'm like, cool, people liked that. That's my current like thing, based on, you know, like sort of the number of views and sort of how it lines up. Running out of things to improve in Jakelon. That's a nice spot for a farm there, though, so I'll definitely do that. She would like to give me 2 iron for open borders. Goodness gracious, that's the deal of a century. Refuse that. Refuse that immediately. Mombasa, Quebec. We're doing good. We're doing good on our happy little island. Our happy little island that is... Dito's become a nuisance. No, I have no interest. This is actually really bad for us. If one of them kills the other one, we lose. Oh, shoot, we're also in negative happiness. Is there a way that I can quickly grab some? Did we lose an ally? Yeah, we did. We lost Milan. I'm just going to throw a bit of money at them just to keep our happiness in the green, and then we'll work on it as soon as we can. Build that farm. Alhambra was built in faraway land. Yeah, what we don't want to happen is for the AI to... It's already sort of happened. Like, to be honest, this is probably... We're running a great risk of taking the L here. But, embargo Carthage. If one of these AIs kills the other, like Japan has done to everyone else, I think, we may just lose. So... Do I want to make Japan host? No. I could, but I don't really want to. Forbidden Palace. She picked up the Forbidden Palace as well. Big yikes. There's a fairly productive tile here. We'll get a mine on that. Okay, yep, they've done it. The Battle of the Greats has begun. In light of that, I am actually going to pop into... What am I doing? Diplomacy. My goodness, Japan is insanely strong. Japan is insanely strong. We need to get eyes on this, unfortunately. Right, so... Kyoto is a size 18 city. It's coastal. It's got... My gosh! Look at those yields! Woof! And then Carthage is not coastal, which is great for them. They've got the Great Walls and a huge big city. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Oh, we haven't actually... What am I doing? Open. I mean, I don't really see a great case for opening our borders right now, to be honest. Some blinking... Shoot. Get in there. We're about to complete our first wonder, which is nice. It's a weird one, the Hanging Gardens, but we'll take it. Jakelon demands marble. Sweet. Okay, so we can now build the Oxford University, which is fantastic for us. Let's get a workshop in Jakelon. Build on that production that we're pumping to it. Oxford University in T-7 turns. Brilliant. I'm happy to just wait the 7 turns rather than try and min-max it, I think. Because I also need Babylon to keep growing. We need growth in Babylon, right? You just heal up and then we'll think about promoting you. This is not, by the way, the standing army I had envisaged for Babylon. So, yup. Need to work on the war stick, I think, sometime very soon. Otherwise I'm going to get a tap on my shoulder from a very aggressive Japan, who actually we might need to build some frigates and go and harass because... but then Babylon is not a great war civ. Not a great war civ. A good defensive civ, right? That's designed by their very nature to be defendable in the early game in particular. So, yeah. We have some considerations at play. Look at that wonderful tile. 4 food, 2 science. Very good. How's our observatory going? 3 turns. This will be quite interesting. So this city is currently producing 46 science. To put that into perspective, the capital is producing 66. Oof. It's going to rival the capital once that observatory is built. Really good for us. Really, really good for us, actually. And a few turns later, we'll have Oxford Universidad. And then it's all go from here. So, faster great scientists. Or more science from specialists. The science from specialists is generally better. But how many do we have? So at the moment we got 3. Really, we want the universities rather than, like, what? What? So let's force some specialists in all the right moves and all the right places. We'll do that. We'll keep it on 3, but we'll force those scientific ones. Likewise, okay, cool. You're doing that already, which is nice. And you're doing that already, which is nice. So we do have, what, 2 for 3? We've got quite a few specialists. But great scientists are our thing. So we would like to snowball great scientists really as quickly as we possibly can. It's a tricky call. I'm going to go for the specialists first, but keen to get that one soon. Keen to get that one very soon. This worker is sort of resting on its laurels a bit. I think we'll send it back to Babylon and get improving. Having these guys as our ally is really nice because we could leverage their military if we get into a real pickle. So just remember we have that as an option. Yeah, let's get a workshop in the Jed. I'm going to focus on our production as much as we can. Second round is an archipelago. Nice reroll. Nice reroll, dude. Yeah, I could pretend like I was England and invest in some frigates. The frigate is probably my favorite unit. So I am keen to do that. I'm not going to upgrade you just yet. Look at our science pump, by the way. How about that? 70 per turn in this city now. The observatory is just so incredibly good. We're also about to bring the Oxford University online, which will give us not only 1 free tech, but 2 more great slots, 3 science, plus a culture. Very good. Very good for us to have. We're actually starting to make some good progress now. Do I want to do a culture bomb? I don't think so. I think we'll just wait and hold. Hold the line. Carthage has done the Angkor what? Let's improve these tile. This one tile that somehow, where'd that barb even come from? These guys have got guns. Yikes. Where's this growing next? A random ocean tile with fish. Cool. I'll improve this wee island. Encampment Island. Man, what a spot for an encampment that would be. Okay, the ex-Jed is pumping out great scientists now like there's no tomorrow, which is always good to see. We're just gonna keep doing it here too, I think. This is a reasonable tile. Our free tech, what do we want to push with it? Well, we could get our frigates. It's probably the best move. Would have been really, really nice to get industrialization if I'd timed that just slightly better. Or we could use it to work towards our goal of scientific theory. That is probably a better move long term. I'm going to grab acoustics. Yeah. And then continue towards scientific theory. There were lots of good decisions that could have been made there, by the way. Lots of good decisions. Interestingly, Sir Babylon is kind of developing like a wee sort of cultural preference as well. It's the ex-Jed is becoming the scientific powerhouse, which is understandable because it's got the observatory. Get them frigates, Don Clark. We will get those frigates, don't you worry. Milan has guns in year 1060. Yeah, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. Deity. Right, there's our next great scientist. We'll lock that tile in citizen management just to be safe. Also going to put manual specialist control on and force a specialist in there too. Really important for us. Interesting. Look at our science jump with all those specialists. We do need to have as many specialists as we can, actually. So I'm just going to force specialists where it makes sense to, because they provide science, right? Every specialist provides us with science. So the more we have, the better it is for us. Let's create that great work. And probably start improving some of these tiles. I'm just thinking, where is actually the best one for me to improve? I've got these bison that I haven't touched. That's probably pretty good. Oh, okay. We discovered Krakatoa. You're too far away. You're useless. The ex-Jed is starving itself because of our specialist management. We'll just remove 1. Oh, you're still starving yourself. Come on, Jed. $6 gold per turn. Take it. I recommend you build a trading post. No. I want to say no. A farm for now. That will be a fun spot for a fort in future, though. Actually, build a fort there, position a military unit, and then just Hope like heck that Kyoto doesn't sail over. We'll sail over to Kyoto soon, though. Okay, that's gonna destroy this unit, so we'll give it a cheeky upgrade. We won't bother purchasing a scout, though. Pills for cotton? Yes, we love that deal. That deal works very well for us. Trading post or production? Trading post, production. Trading post, production. I think production. And this knight's just going to sort of hide here in this forest. In this forest. Not doing a great job because the horses are, 3 times the size of the trees, but it is what it is. Carthage stole astronomy. You miserable sack of... Yeah, we're pretty poor. Pretty poor. Yeah, I'll embargo Carthage. Why not? I can't trade with them anyway, so it doesn't hurt me, right? Let's go for the ironworks. And up here in the XJ, the city of all cities, where dreams are absolutely made of. Let's just keep on top of our happiness, I think. Let's get a Colosseum. Not particularly exciting, but needs to be done. Jakelon is an interesting one because it's potentially our weakest city moving forward because it's susceptible to the coastline. I'm scared about this one, to be honest. So I'm going to invest in some walls, finally. The Babylonians are building their walls. It only took them 3,000 years. And sure, we'll send a trade route down that way. Start accruing a little bit of gold. No. Right. Embargo Carthage was not passed. She absolutely shot it down. And just no one voted for science funding, so it just didn't happen. I'll put it forward again. Okay, so Kyoto is still going strong. Carthage is annoyingly wrapping around the map for me. Yeah, okay, so those guys are still just doing their thing. We might send... We'll keep sending production to Jakelon. I quite like that. We'll get it up and running as fast as we can, is the idea. Unfortunately, missed out on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But not the end of the world. We will make do. Where's Jakelon growing next? It's going to make its way out to the spices, which is always good to see. No more tiles to improve here. There's one here. We could pop back to the Jed for a couple of turns. Do a bit of sightseeing. The Jed, which is not growing, we'll send food to it next. I think we're sending production at the moment. But we'll just send some food out there. That'll tidy it up. It'll be fine. I'm just going to put this worker on automate now. I think we've min-maxed our tiles enough that we don't necessarily need to micromanage the lot. Jakelon does need food. You're right. Everyone needs food. Everyone's so hungry. Oh, everyone is so hungry. Right, let's found our religion, which I just completely forgot was a thing. Devilish, my man. Now's your time to shine. What do you want the religion to be called? Close that. Give you an opportunity. While you're thinking, let's... the Jed. Jed, friend, you are starving a little bit. I don't have any way to artificially create food for you. Let's get you some walls now. I'm starting to get a little skittish. Okay. Div. All right, devilishism. So what do we need, right? I want to try and cover my blanks. Tithe is always good. Tithe is always good. We're probably not going to be spreading this religion far, so the ones where it's like spreading to another probably not going to be useful. I think we just go tithe there, and then follower belief. World wonders, absolutely not. Shrines and temples providing food. It's a nice little bonus. It's not huge. +2 production specialists. We're always going to have. Or we just get these good buildings, right? Faith, culture, happiness. Feels good. Pagodas. Always a solid pick. 50% faster growth rate. The city's not at war. Intriguing. I'm almost wanting to get that. Oh, the tower symbol. Yeah. Good idea. Devilishism. Reminding us that we need to balance growth with the war stick. Let's get pagodas for the happiness. Thank you all kindly. I have a free caravan. Can I make one in Jakelon and send it to the XGed? Yes. Yes. Good thinking. We'll do that as soon as those walls are done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I read your mind. Your mind was mine. Where are you growing? Oh yeah, you're making your way there. So this worker doesn't need to be here. Let's just chuck him on automate. We'll upgrade to the composite bowman. Just slightly helping the military stick along a little bit. Milan was rigged. Good, always good to hear. Let's do the caravan and send it to the XGed. A fantastic idea. Let's change that to a crossbowman just to invest in the military stick a little bit. We do have similar gameplay, although I am a little lazy on the war stick. I'm probably a little lazier on the war stick than you are, and we've seen that bite me in the backside before. And yet I still don't learn. No longer friends with Quebec. Oh, Quebec, why? Why you do this to me? The production to land units is a nice idea, but I'm going to go with the Great Artist building first up. And in the XGed, the troubled XGed. You're not that troubled. I jest. Yeah, I mean, amphitheater, sure. I don't really want to push any wonders. We'll just pick up a nice to have, I think. Grab the zoo. Because happiness is going to be an issue as we grow. Right. Let us send from Babylon. Do we want to pump some food through? Yeah, let's pump some food through. There we go. The Jed grows again. Right, scientific theory, and we've finally entered the industrial era, which gives us another scientist, which we're going to put on the defensive because Carthage have been a little bit niggly with us. So let's chuck it in Babylon. Always nice. And grab industrialization, and then our frigates after that. Dido completed the Sistine Chapel. Meh. Choose production. A caravel would be really nice, actually. To get out and see the world and get ahead a little bit. Although, actually, I'd like a workboat first. Let's establish a trade route. It would be nice to get that religious pressure spreading a little bit through our cities, but we'll go with the plan and pump Jed with even more food. Grow. Gold and iron for cotton. No. Just give me your elephants. See? How hard was that? We'll finally get the walls of Babylon. I'm willing to invest 2 turns into them now. I think they're worthwhile. Next turn. Yeah, she hated it. We know that she doesn't like science. And that's why we don't like her. +1 gold from science buildings or Great Scientist Generation. Grab the Great Scientist Generation. Because it's what we do. And frustratingly, this has just turned up in time to poop on my workboat. So we'll just wait a turn. That's fine. Public school time, ladies and gents. +1 science for every 2 citizens in the city. And base generation of +3 science is really good. Still just sort of chilling. Just chilling. Pushing the public school here. No, I'm going to get the lighthouse first. Focus a little bit on growth. Ugh. Industrialization. Wonderful. We've got lots to build and no time to do it, I feel. Let's grab navigation for those frigates. Because if we're not going on the aggressive, we're at least going to need to go on the defensive. Get that out the road. And dunk. Get that nice food tile. Meanwhile, we have received another great scientist. I think we're still at a point in the game where it's better for us to put down the campuses, but it is getting close. It's getting close. I think we want to put it down... Actually, maybe this one wants to be in Babylon. Maybe this one wants to be in... the whole thing's Babylon. Maybe this one wants to be in Sir Babylon. I don't know. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't. We're going to put it in the Jed. It's always... Everything goes in the Jed. Oh, when was it getting that tile, actually? Because that's not a terrible one. 17 turns. Might just help it along a bit. Where do we want to put this? Let's go. Probably do want it on a food tile, actually. On a desert food tile? Odd. But I'll allow it. Brilliant. And whammo. Another one bites the dust. Da, da, da. Chuck another specialist in. I think we can manage that. Yep, we can. And... Oh, okay. We're going to lose all of our specialists as soon as I do that. What? Nah, doesn't like that at all, does it? Just can't quite get that one in the market. That's fine. That's fine. We'll allow it. And let's spread the word of devilishism. So Babylon will finally have the walls it deserves, friends. Finally, it only took 3,000 years. Oh, I missed that notification. What was that wonder that she built? I don't suppose anybody saw that. Probably not. It was only there for a second. We should really research steel, I believe. I believe steel is good. Let's pump all the way up to fertilizer, because fertilizer is fantastic. And we've neglected it slightly. And then we'll go research labs. Most definitely. Push for research labs. Dido, again, 2 iron for nothing. No. Obviously struggling in her war efforts. A great artist. Shall we start a golden age? No. Let's make a great work. Oh, that's YouTube friendly. Advertiser friendly. I hope so. Jeez. How great. How great. Let's hit him with an ad. Right, choose production. We want our public schools. We definitely want our public schools, right? Yeah. Give me all the public schools. Let all the public be in school. Look at those wonderful yields. 10 science, 10 science, 10 science. We're looking good. I still feel a little like obviously we're still behind the AI. Right? Like that's not going to change anytime soon. As we move as we get closer to the modern era, we should start to see the great equalization occur, potentially. Let's grab. I'm sort of keen to be ready to make land units in the city, but also musicians guild, specialists. We need it. We do need it. People who like to smile the most, not me, but you would expect that, just because of our incredible penalties. Now, Jake Alon. Food. Production. Think we'll do production. Boom. 6 to 7 turn discount on the public school. You can't go past it, I don't think. Okay, so we have the Second Congress of Carthage up and running. We have absolutely no diplomatic power here. I don't care for the World's Fair. We're never going to be able to sway the science funding if she wants it, is the trouble. She's becoming an absolute powerhouse, so we're going to have to put a stop to her at some point. Chemistry. World's Fair passes and science funding failed. She just pooped on it. And stupidly, of course, the AI, Japan, was like, oh, I love the World's Fair, because the AI just froths the World's Fair every time. Devilishism. Let the world have devilishism. Oh, devilish jumping in the chat. Just as I applied for devilishism to be the world religion, devilish jumps in with the $1.99 super chat. Ally with a militaristic city-state for free war sticks. One of the best tips. So underrated. Look at how much money this guy's got. Thank you so much, devilish. You are awesome and absolutely right. Unfortunately, I have cultural, maritime. So unlucky for me. It would have been so nice to spawn next to a militaristic city-state. Instead, I'm building a musician's guild in Babylon. A great scientist has been born in Jakelon. Jakelon? Oh my goodness. Jakelon gets a great scientist. We're pumping them out. Another tile improvement for the Jed. I think so. Oh my goodness, the gold. The gold. I forgot the gold. As per... or buying a factory is going to be huge for us, so let's save up for that. But we could buy a tile for this great scientist to be housed on. That one is +2 food. Look how strangely those... Why... It's hard to read. This one's +2 food. We'll get it. It's another jungle tile. Be a shame to build over the jungle, but... 1, 2, 3. We could put it there. On that production tile. That's not terrible either. Or even just next to the mountains. I've changed my mind now. I have to buy another tile. Yoink. We'll grab that one. And we'll plop it there. Brilliant. Right. Back over to Babylon. Porcelain Tower. Great scientist business city was built. 50% more science generated from research agreements. We would love the Porcelain Tower. Really. Free great scientist. Huh. Should we try for it? Okay. Oh, I don't know how I feel about it. Brill. Lock that tile in place. This 30. How much science is it making now? 133. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not bad for Deity at this point in the game. Fertilizer, very good. Big bonuses across the board. A little bit worried about the diplomatic loss. Little worried. Let's peek into the tech tree and consider what's next for us. Plastics. Should we just push plastics? What do we miss out on? Refrigeration, biology, also military. Actually, no. Change of mind. I'm going archaeology. Yeah, I'm going archaeology. And then I'm thinking about ships, basically. I'm thinking boats are going to be an absolute saving grace. So we've got the ironclad there. And then destroyers are all the way up there. Arsenal, Brandenburg Gate. I mean, see, these all don't really give us anything, which is the downside to them. Radio is fantastic, but meh. +1 production from specialists in every city is absurd. The Statue of Liberty. Great. Oh, I do sort of want it. Let's work our way up the top there anyway. I think that's going to be the best move. Again, she's going to run away with it. Japan adopted order. +1 gold from science. +1 science for every trading post. Go the +1 gold from science buildings. It's 10 gold per turn. Like, it's not terrible. It'll do. Right? It will do. A great writer has been born. Goodness gracious. Why is there a barbarian warrior at this day and age? Pump out that great work. Cool. We won't promote any units at the moment because we're going to buy a factory in the Jed. That's our big play. A big swing turn for the Jed, really. I don't see any great value in the amphitheater, to be honest. Machu Picchu, it's 25% gold from cities connections. Yeah, the Machu Picchu's not a bad shout. Let's do it. Let's get Machu Picchu. Great use for gold. Yes. Okay. Jake Alon. Go to the market. And what are we doing with this? We were sending food to the Jed. Do we want to keep sending food to the Jed? Or should we pump up some production for a bit? I think we pump some production into it for a bit. It's not a huge amount, but every little bit helps. We can now afford a factory. Question is, where do we want it? I'm actually think I'll put it in the capital first. Free factory. Brilliant. A couple of great people managed to be born as well, which is always a nice to have. Trigger a golden age. Grab that cheap metallurgy and then we'll keep moving along the top as planned. Let's see. Establish that trade route. push the might of devilishism out across the continent. The more devilishism spreads, the more money we make. Uh-oh. Oh boy. The writing is on the wall. Carthage has just lost its capital. Hong Kong has been taken. Japan is, unfortunately, our isolationism may be our downfall here. We need to immediately prioritize war stick and defense, which I think actually submarines are going to be the play. Let's move towards producing some submarines in Jakelon as quickly as we can. As a result, I don't want to send another internal trade route out of here. So I'm going to change the home city to the Exjed. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. We're doing this weird like chain thing with the hammers, but let's send the hammers. Let's send the hammers. Jakelon's going to be very important. Ivory for cotton. Yeah, friend. But also, could you give me the religion? Huh? Oh, wait, that's me. I'm like, I'll do the religion. And she's like, sure. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Us losers got to stick together, Carthage. Hey, look, there's Great War infantry. Yikes. Okay, so, what we want to do here is get defenses fortified. Build a castle. Okay, well, we got the porcelain tower, so that's a win. That is definitely a win for us. It provides us with a great scientist. Now, I'm really tempted to use it to tech boost rather than build another tile improvement, even though basically, sorry, spit your words out. Basically, there's a turning point where you want to stop building tile improvements and you want to rush techs instead, and we're nearing that point. Yeah, I'm just not sure if we're quite there. My goodness. This is not good. Culture overview, social policies, espionage overview, additional information, demographics. We are really close on science, though, so that's a good sign, because we shouldn't quite have overtaken the AI, but we should be really close to doing it. So yeah, so that's really good for us. A little late to be working on the World's Fair, I acknowledge, but, I mean, you know. Neural, and I'm actually not going to use that one for a tech boost. I'm going to lock a tile. Oh my goodness, we need to be doing more specialists in this city. We really need more specialists. What's our growth doing? It's too slow. It's too slow. I can't quite... Yeah. That will do. That will do. I'd love to see Babylon a bit larger. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. We'll see. We'll see. We did get Machu Picchu, which is plus 25% gold from city connections. A nice little bonus and another wonder to add to our collection. Jed's probably going to want the factory next. And when I say probably, I mean most definitely. So let's get that factory online. We do, of course, need 3 factories to get our ideology. Electricity was unlocked. Carthage has noted that Japan is plotting against us. This is it. This is it. Okay. Where are they going to come from? If he makes landing at the capital, we're kind of screwed. That's my concern. However, if we can use Jakelon as a staging post, and if he decides to strike Jakelon, then there may be an opportunity for us. We also really need that factory. I'm going to save my gold for that factory. And start... If I'm going to be making units here, I really want to actually, if I can, actually have some promotions on them, though. Although maybe that's a nice to have and not a priority for me right now. Yeah. Let's get a frigate first. 9 turns. I mean, it's a slow production. Will you post a recording of the playthrough later? Absolutely. Yep. Full thing will be available on the channel. Absolutely, friend. Okay. Just make a little bit of money. Our trade routes suck because... Uh-oh. Okay, we got biology. We're moving towards submarines. Do we have access to oil? There is a little offshore oil there, which is a little out of range. We're going to work towards completing rationalism. +1 science for trade, 17% from universities is really good. Let's watch our science jump up a nice sort of 50-ish points. And she wants arts funding. Hey? I want her to give me world religion. She's not going to. We're going to probably not get it. Unless he hates arts funding enough to vote it down. That's the only potential way we push this through. Let's see. Will the world religion be devilishism? Will it be? Please. Please let it be. Come on. Why would... she's gonna screw me over. Illogically screw me over. He literally destroyed your capital. Don't push his religion. We've entered the modern era by pushing through refrigeration. We're going to keep going for plastics. Jakelon could buy a submarine. Or, nah, we'll save for just that little bit more and get the factory, because then we're industrialized. Oh, awesome. Hey, well, thanks so much for tuning in, Jed, and welcome to you, our newest member to the channel. It's really awesome that you've decided to do that. So thanks so much for chucking a couple of spare dollars my way. I really appreciate it. And all of that money goes straight back into the channel, which enables me to do things like this and do things better and longer and faster and greater. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for your generosity. Now, I turn my attention back to Jakelon. build another frigate, and purchase its factory. Very good. Very good. So someone's already adopted order. I feel like... I wonder which one I actually want. We go great people generation through buy spaceship parts with gold. Or finish spaceship parts with great engineers. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The autocracy's not really going to give us anything, is it? So we sort of have to think, do we want gold or great engineers? If we adopt order, we at least won't be against the grain, which is another consideration that shouldn't be forgotten. Factories increase cities' output by 25%. Science is a really nice to have. Great people generation up. Yeah. Although the one tenant is a bit meh. Love your content? Oh, thank you, dude. You're the bomb. Just thinking about what my early picks would be. Specialist consuming half food is actually incredible for me, because we're going full specialist. What am I doing? We need to take freedom. We obviously need to take freedom, and then we want specialists produce half food, and because of that, we're going to grow faster, which means we're going to need more happiness. So I'm going to balance that. I want avant-garde, I do, but I'm going to balance this by providing +1 happiness for each mint, bank, and stock exchange. A nice little way to pick up a bit of extra happiness. Eventually, right? It's like we can sort of fall back on it, so to speak. But that's really good, like really, really good for our specialists now, because they're eating half as much as they used to. Still struggling to put them in, though. Still struggling to put them in. Can I try something else? I want to try copper. Thanks. Got our last factory online this turn. It's very good. Carthage didn't even... Oh my god, we won the World's Fair! What? Incredible! But because Japan has snowballed into this ridiculous power, their culture is too much. Their culture is too much. We need to act on them now, even though we're not ready. We're taking huge hit that's going to crush us. It's going to absolutely crush us. Specialists in cities produce half the amount of unhappiness. There we go. Okay, we're afloat. Just. Zoo. Yeah, we're gonna need a zoo. And hotel. Probably not. Let's go to the bank. Bit of happiness. He's like 2 gold per turn for your borders. No. What's this? A lot of galleass you got there, friend. Be a shame if something were to happen to them. You reckon he's sailing for Jakelon? I don't think he is. Where did they go? I think they went back this way. Yeah, look, he does have an ironclad. Okay. We would expect that, I suppose. There's the denouncement. Oh, Nathan Bruno with the super chat. Love the content, just got into Civ 5 and your videos have helped me improve so much. Now I'm addicted to the game. Cheers, man. Keep it up. Aw, you're awesome. Hey, that's so cool to hear. I love getting feedback like that, and I really it's really cool to hear that people like you are picking up Civ 5 still, because Civ 5 is such a fantastic game. You know, like, it's so good. Like, sure, it's a few years old, but it's fantastic, and a nice learnable introduction to the series. It does a lot of stuff really well, and I love it. So I'm glad that you've found some enjoyment out of those videos. Thank you so much for helping to support me. It can be really challenging to run a small channel and live a normal life outside of it. It's kind of like a second job, or third job in many ways. No. What? Let's quickly get a musketman here to defend against this Great War infantry, and we'll keep the horses in the hills. No, you're not getting an embassy from me. You just denounced me, for goodness sake. Right, the trade route was plundered. Curse you to the nth degree. We've got our frigate out. We're going to have it on watch duty out here by Krakatoa, just in case. And Jed is ready to build something. Unsure exactly what Jed should be focusing on now. I like the idea of a hospital, though, because we do need more food. Let's get a 10-turn submarine in Jakelon. And let's have a look at what we've got in Kyoto. And we'll just fortify there. And hopefully push out this musketman before they... No, the Barbarian Scourge is going to hurt me here. It's going to really hurt me. You know, just fill out some of this fog of war. Let's see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 galleass. Okay. Can't purchase anything there, which is really tough. Hop up onto that hill. You'll at least get some sort of defensive bonus. We're just going to have to let that infantry run through. You know, but we can meet it now. And we've just got that rifleman, which is really... Well, it's a step in the right direction. This infantry is going to absolutely destroy me. Let's get... No, we're going to need more units, actually, I think. Which is probably for the best. The chat, you'll be pleased. I'm actually building guns. Let's get a Gatling gun. Yeah, that's so kind of you, Nathan. I was just reflecting on that super chat again. Thank you, my man. Very kind. Very kind. I love how big it pops up in the chat. It's like so noticeable. Which is good for me, because then it just makes sure that I can't miss it, because I would hate to miss it. We're going to need the insta-heal. And Blanc. Pop down there, pop back up onto our hill and heal. We've got zone of control over this guy now, so we shouldn't be able to do too much more damage. I think crises averted, thankfully. And you can just sleep up the road, just to be safe. So Babylon can fire upon the enemy, and it will. Can we get that kill? Not quite. Just defend. More Gallia. Wow. There's Carthage. It's got an aircraft. Oh dear, craft. I think what's happened is Japan's just ballooned absolutely out of control at this point, because they've effectively swallowed everyone else. We weren't able to do it because we were stuck on an island, is the issue. Right, you go that way. You get the promotion or the experience. So if we don't act... Fudge. We don't act soon, we're going to be out of luck. I'm going to quickly scout out as much of this land as I can with these frigates and then pull them back to base. Great scientist is born. Wonderful. What's our next tech? Plastics. We need to move towards plastics really fast. We just need to go. So we'll push through replaceable parts and all that sort of stuff by rushing it down. Hong Kong. We could, like, liberate Hong Kong as a first step because it's quite close to us. But also we may need the element of surprise. We can go open terrain and heal. Just got my first victory yesterday too with science, says Nathan. Great feeling after days of trying. Which victories do you think are the hardest and the most fun to go after? Ooh, it really depends on the civ that you're playing, because civs are so specialized towards certain victory conditions over others, right? So it would be unfair to just put a blanket statement to say that one victory condition is just necessarily worse. Diplomatic is difficult because it can only happen at the end of the game, whereas technically with domination you could win a domination victory earlier. I think that the most difficult is probably... I don't know. It really does depend on the civ that you're playing as. Assuming you're playing as a civ which could win any victory condition perfectly evenly, which would never really happen just because of the dynamicness of the game and the map and where you spawn and who you're playing as. But assuming all things equal, I think that actually, if you can play it right, a domination victory is the most doable on smaller maps. As you get larger, though, you want to probably do like culture or science instead, because it can be quite niggly to say have to go and take 12 capital cities in a huge True Earth map, for example. That's a challenge. So yeah. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, a little rambly, but there are lots of caveats. Happy to answer more specific things, though. We were sending production to Jakelon. I think we're going to still do it. Pump it out there and get our military up. What enemy has been spotted? Oh my goodness. Ding. Right, you need to get out of there, friend, and heal. Well, there's trouble. Interesting. Very interesting. Send that off that way. And I think we're sitting pretty good here. We can complete rationalism, which will give us a free tick. Absolutely. And naturally we will get plastics. Brilliant. Right, now, next focus. Potentially battleships and carriers. Yeah, let's go flight and electronics. That'll get us the battleship, which does require oil, which we have 10 of, so it's all good. Okay, we'll snake that along there. We're keeping an eye on this ironclad. Very keen to not have it disrupt me too much. Yeah, you're right, Jed. Those infantry barbarians aren't looking great. Very much not looking great. Get a minor victory, but we'll jump onto the high ground. Get the slight combat bonus for standing on the hill, of course. We're just constantly taking damage. Let's upgrade to infantry. And start producing our research labs. Research labs, research labs, research labs. I need them all. Blink. Firing on that camp. Cool. Cool. We got a submarine out. Brilliant. That's more of a defensive unit, of course, rather than an aggressive one, right? Like I'm not running the submarine. I'm not running the submarine because I'm going to take a city with it, necessarily. Plink, cleared that camp. Hopefully there's a unit who can step into it somewhere. And then we're just going to keep our ships sort of reasonably steady. Might explore... I'm concerned about what's out here still. Very, very concerned. Fort fight until healed. Just fortify in general, rather. Get a major victory over that Gatling gun now. But we're still taking a bit of damage. Nice to get the, Oh my god! That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. World religion Shinto is the only proposal because she's dead. Next turn. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Right. World religion is Shinto, which we expected. Sorry. We're going to need to... We'll chuck an embargo Japan. That will distract his votes so he can't push anything else through. Fun little technique in a 1v1 setting. Or even less than a 1v1 setting, actually. If you just do something that will purposefully destroy the AI, yoink, that great war infantry is nice to have, then, you know, they'll waste resources on it and may not vote up their own thing. Like, you vote down theirs, they'll vote down yours. Nothing passes. It's a good way to ensure a diplomatic stalemate, so to speak. Which in this case is our best scenario because we're hard out pushing on science here. Obviously, as we just saw by that pop-up, Japan's military is roughly 20 the size of ours. So that's not going to happen. Oh, shoot, we've just plummeted a bit of happiness. Let's actually spy on Kyoto. And I need to use a little bit of gold for some happiness here. We could purchase a Colosseum, not a bad shout. It'll do as a band-aid, probably. Just to keep us in the green as we grow. Here's a Japanese infantry just sailing on by. Where did you come from? It looked like it came from that way, but there's nothing else there. Odd. We'll keep pumping the religion around, though. This is the fun. We've got a fun wee religious island here. Dun, dun, dun. Look at those barb units. I mean, goodness gracious. My goodness, they are strong. Colombo. Okay, cool. We've got a promotion, which is really nice for us here. We're not getting ranged attacks, so it doesn't really matter. Combat strength and fighting in open terrain. It's what we're doing. We'll grab it. That will push us toward minor victory now. So we'll just keep defending, I think. He can just run into us turn and turn again if he wants to. There's a privateer there. It's all good. It's all good. He's like, embassy? Sure. Okay. Could finally get that hotel I've been after for a very long time. Alternative play stadium is actually a better idea, I think. Can't quite secure the kill, so we'll just shield up. Cool. Hopefully we don't lose that horseman. Pop him back into safety. Safety and protection. And clear that out with our Great War Infantry. No problem at all. Got a Gatling gun, which can just sit in Babylon alert and ready to roll. And that's good. Yeah, holy pointy sticks, alright. Man, holy pointy sticks. Let's get Circus Maximus for 5 additional happiness, which we'll need as we're going to be crippled by the ideological divide. Electronics is a fantastic pickup for us. We're going to go atomic theory as well. We're going to need some nuclear bombs. Probably. The trade with old mate ended, which is bad for us in a lot of ways, really. Let's grab the stock exchange. See if we can, Oh, hello. Unassigned. Why? Oh, goodness. Yeah, whoops. I'll just shore up Babylon. Babylon, I should say. He's not a scientist. I do think we're at the point where we need to push them for tech boosts now rather than anything else. Where was it even? Jakelon. Boom. Atomic theory. Done. Atomic era. You betcha. Mid lab. Okay. Okay. Maximus. Okay. Cool. Right. Obviously, we're not going to be the host. But we'll vote for ourselves regardless. 27 delegates to win. So if we take the old Carthaginian city, we can significantly decrease his number of delegates, though. So it's not actually the end of the world, basically. Assuming we can leverage Carthage, which we may not be able to do, but we'll give it our damnedest. Losing a bit more happiness, which we can get on top of. Next turn. Oh my goodness, friends, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to end the stream here. Time has gotten away on me, absolutely. My goodness, how long have we been streaming for? Oh no, I'm actually late for something. I thought it was only, I thought it was an hour earlier than it was. How long have I been streaming? Oh my goodness, it's nearly been 3 hours. Wow, what a great stream. Man, this has been awesome. I am going to start to wrap it up here. We can absolutely come back to this though. Like this has been really fun. I suspect we may lose, right? Like we might, but but I mean we'll give it a go. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap up here. I'm just going to turn my eyes to the chat. If you're watching this video on YouTube, this will be the end of the gameplay, so feel free to click away, go and live your life however you want. But I'm just going to turn my eyes now to the live chat and make sure that I acknowledge everybody who super chatted and answer any final questions. So if you do have anything to ask before the end of the stream, please chuck it in. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be wrapping up here momentarily. Yeah, so just sort of reading through, you did make it to the end, XG. No problem, Jake Barge. Always happy to help. So thanks so much to the generous super chat donors from this stream. Nathan Bruno, Devilish, not once but twice, I believe, $1.99 each time. Another $5 donation from Sebastian. I haven't forgotten about you, friend. Jake B as well with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, and the warmest of welcomes to the ex-Jed who joined as a mini pixel. Welcome along. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me today. It's been a really fun little hangout session. Yeah, yeah, literally. I looked at the clock, I was like, oh my goodness, it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. I was only meant to stream for a max of 2 hours and it's been 3, and that third hour I don't even know where that went. It's the classic hashtag one more turn civ thing, right? You're like, you're playing along, everything's fine. Oh my goodness, it's 3 a.m. Whoops. So, yeah. Hey, thanks so much for watching, everybody, again, and yeah, I do really appreciate all of the generosity in the super chat too. It means a really great deal to me. It really does. Not to get too soppy, but it means a great deal to me. So thanks so much. Otherwise, looking forward to the next stream. If you have some ideas for what you'd like to see streamed next, including the continuation of this playthrough, or potentially something different, do let me know in the chats and the YouTube comment, or on the community page. Also on Twitter. Lots of really interesting stuff, and you hear about lots of like sales and all sorts of stuff on Twitter. It's a good place for information and the odd rubbish tweet. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the stream. It was awesome to spend some time with you. So true. Yeah, no, really fun, guys. Really fun. One more turn. Just one more turn. We'll do one more bonus turn just for the meme. Next turn. Surely. A cheeky bonus turn at the end. The poor YouTube viewers have clicked away. I'm just going to assign the spy, I suppose. The XJed is juicy, isn't it? It's almost as high potential as Babylon. But let's chuck into Carthage. Brilliant. And in our cheeky bonus turn, let's go with the zoo because we do need to work on happiness. Although we're in the green again, which is nice. Oops, I've accidentally taken 2 cheeky bonus turns. Oh no, now I want to do a third. Oh, I should just check this great person. I don't think we've got any more slots for them though, do we? That's a shame. Unit needs orders. Yeah, we'll establish a trade route. Do we? I don't know if I want to keep pumping production to Jake along. I think we will just for a bit longer, actually. Just for a little bit longer. Because one submarine is not going to fend off the Japanese Navy. Although they only had galleasses, which are a bit like, meh. Like, I think maybe they've done something weird with their tech tree. I think they've done something really weird with their tech tree. Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with them, really. Military science we still haven't got. It might not hurt to get railroad, actually. Yeah. We should probably go back for that. But then, I mean, next moves, nuclear fission. When we get a great scientist, we might just rush nuclear fission to get the atomic bomb. But for now, we'll pick up those easy techs. Anyway, I said I was going to take one more turn. It's been 7. So, bonus turn for the lads. Oh my goodness. Okay, fine. I'll just choose this production. I think the mid lab. I think it has to be the mid lab just to sustain growth. The mid lab is a fantastic building. I'm gonna get a hospital in Jake Lon as well now. I think. Embargo Japan, historic landmarks. So he'll go, no, don't embargo me. Maybe. But we're gonna go for it anyway. Let's see what happens. He'll surely vote it down, but it will be interesting regardless to just see how the AI splits their votes. You know, like it's interesting. So he had 20 votes, and he put all of them in no, and therefore historic landmarks wasn't passed. So if you remember, if you think back to our strat of ensuring neutral diplomacy, it actually worked. We did it. So that's fun. We managed to ensure that despite him having complete control over the Congress, he wasn't able to achieve anything. It's fun. I think it's really fun. Let's pump some more production into Jake Lon. I'm just going to grow it like there's no tomorrow. Cities we like to visit. We love Sir Babylon. And then it's just a sea of red. Manhattan Project in 2 turns, though. Hello. Hello. Here it comes. Right, sorry, Jake Lon. I'm going to have to do something a little different with you. Purchase a... one more turn we can purchase another sub. We're going to need all hands on deck, which includes crappy crossbows and Gatling guns. And maybe even this infantry. Yeah. We'll send those units up. Put that sub there just to watch what's happening. Oh my goodness. Oh, no, I wanted to end the stream. You're not late for something, Fred? Yeah, I kind of am a little bit. I kind of am. But now look. How could I end this here? The great fall of Jakelon is about to take place. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to pick this up next time. Okay? We're going to pick this up next time. Either in a YouTube video or a live stream. Because I can't just abruptly not finish this ever. It looks like we're just going to die. But still, we have to see that played out at some point. So yes, unfortunately, I do have to wrap up here. Thank you for the super chat reminder. And thanks to everybody who's generously turned out. If we'd like to see this carried on, which I think we would at least like to see some kind of ending, then maybe there's space for a wee sort of 30-minute to an hour live stream next time. Because I do have to go. But look at this. Oh my goodness, absolute disaster. All right, okay. At the 3-hour mark, which is a nice tidy point to end, I guess. Yes, we'll pick it up next time. Dang it! One more turn got me again. Oh my goodness. Don't feel like it was